Hello again, welcome back to Elden Wyrm on episode 17. Yesterday we knocked out a whole bunch of tokens. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Today we're gonna tackle something with a little bit more lore implications. We won't find out too much yet. And it won't spoil too much for as we find out more, but this is the first place where we can see, well, this particular phenomenon in the Elden Ring world. Beast bones. Oh. Oh, am I gonna crash? No? No, okay. More beast bones. I really need to farm feathers as well at some point, so I can, well, get lots of cheap arrows. Yellow embers. And giant rats with yellow glowing eyes. Or orangey almost. Like there's fire coming out of their eyes almost. And even when we get off and examine the corpses of these rats, you can see that they're weirdly yellow. I can tell you that is not normally how the rats look. Normally they've got red eyes. And yeah, we found this thing called a yellow ember. An eye of yellow spelled almost phonetically. So let's see what we can find out about that. That's not normal stuff. Yellow embers. Ember taken from the eye socket of a corpse. A sign that the deceased suffered from the flame of frenzy. This grape has ripened and burst. Yeah. And then we have, let's see. The eye of yellow. A shrub fruit bursting with ripened pulp. Grown in lands afflicted by frenzy. It's used for its pain-relieving properties, though it's also known to be a dangerous intoxicant. So this flame of frenzy apparently affected the local plant life, possibly also wildlife. And here, look, we have a man afflicted by frenzy, which makes him quite violent. Ooh! He was about to do something rather spicy. I'll see if I can provoke that without getting hit by it later. Okay, you. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, that. That is a direct physical manifestation of the flame of frenzy. As I said, in this town we won't find out too much yet about the flame of frenzy. But there are embers, and these embers are referred to as grapes. And so far what we found is one that's ripened and burst. Which, yeah, appears to be referring to the eyeball. Flame crest wooden shield. Maybe that has more information. Ah, yeah. And when you get attacked by frenzied rats, you gain the frenzy affliction. If it fills your bar, you don't die or anything like that. Actually, you know what? This might be a perfect time to demonstrate it. I'll show you what happens when frenzy builds up. Alright. There we go. Madness. It stole a large portion of our FP. Dealt a bunch of damage, and stunned us. So I haven't spent anything since I rested at Grace, but still, I've somehow lost quite a bit of FP. There's also then the interesting part is that the stat that protects you against madness is your mind stat, which increases your FP. Essentially, your clarity of mind, which allows you to use magic better, use more of it, is also the stat that protects you. Ooh, lots and lots of Arteria leaf. Now we see a church here filled with rats. Oh. Let's thin their numbers a bit. You guys know how to make it around to me? Come on, buddies. You can do it. Right over here. Ow! That was a good bite. Well played. Well played. Oh, I really need to change my... Oh. Hello. Excuse me. That's not part of the plan. That's not cricket. Anyway, you know what? Let's... We can summon in this village, so let's just summon Oleg and have him help us deal with this stuff. It's not that difficult. There's not that much even to like, really get in our way and hurt us. Just a giant mommy rat, which isn't that dangerous. I say, before I immediately get bodied. There we go. There we go, got another sacred tear. And then the Flame of Frenzy Miracle, in case we want to cast it. Which, it's quite a powerful one. Sorry, I call it a miracle. Incantation. This is Elden Ring, not Dark Souls. Yeah, this is one of the very few churches where there isn't a grace. Which, you know, would be weird to place a grace here, seeing as you'd spawn directly under a giant rat and her family. Ah, give me feathers. Yay, flight pinions. Excellent. Yeah, that kind of was this village. Oh, let's see. Did I pick up anything else? Yes, I picked up, of course, the incantation. Incantation originating from the maddening 3 fingers, which is different from the 2 fingers. The 2 fingers are of the Golden Order, and the 3 fingers apparently of the Flame of Frenzy. Causes the yellow Flame of Frenzy to burst forth from the caster's eyes. Charging increases the range of the burst. The Flame of Frenzy deals damage and causes build-up of madness. This incantation also causes build-up of madness in the caster and is only effective against Tarnished. Yeah, you can't really... Like, the madness status effect only really works in PvP, and I think on... like, invading NPCs. There is also one late game boss that gets borderline trivialized by having good madness build up. Anyway, I have that scarab. I want it. So we're gonna have to do this little jumping puzzle. Here's the tricky bit about this jumping puzzle. See that? If we go down there, there's a bunch of bats. You will immediately get zerged by a small army of bats. So my advice is, when going down here, try to snipe down as many of the bats as possible. Because, well, they're assholes. Oh. Fucking bats. Well. There we go. Alright, gotta be careful to not provoke the scarab yet. And then we gotta be careful to not get struck by lightning. Whoa! Alright, go! There we go. Got the lightning strike incantation. And then we might as well, whilst we're here, pick up some Fulgur Bloom, which is used for crafting lightning-infused pots and grease and stuff like that. When we have the crafting recipe, it's always good to have some lightning bloom beforehand. Wait, did I hear another? Yeah, even more bats. Like, why the heck those bats would even want to be there? I'm not sure. This seems like a terrible place to hang out as bats, seeing as there's Fulgur Bloom here. You'd think that flying creatures don't want to just hang out in a place where there's constant lightning strikes. But no! They totally do for some reason. Anyway, we'll follow the specter of that player. And going down here. Because here we have, there we go. Another mine! Always good to do more mines. Get more smithing stones. And yeah, we could use the elevator, or we could go down. Oh. Side path, and find extra smithing stones. Just smithing stone 1. Oh well. Sadly, nothing interesting else in this mine. Alright. Well. Do we have enough for a level up? No. Oh, well, you know the mine drill. Well, actually, before I start the music, I guess it would be good to note that this mine has a bunch of misbegotten living in it. Which, remember how at Castle Morn they were talking about how the servants were rebelling? Wait, you're gonna... Oh, okay, that's an interesting route that you took to get to me. Alright, sure. Not bad. Not bad. I commend your efforts. Oh shoot, I haven't changed my weapon back to the... Oh well. It's okay. And once more, when dealing with the miners that are made of stone, blunt damage. Blunt damage is the way to go. So here I'm going to actually do a little bit of more aggressive weapon switching. Actually, can we have both equipped without going over... No, that we go overload. Okay. But I'd like to have the bow and arrow still too. So here's a sneaky ambush. If you go over this board, the moment you reach the other side... Hello? No? I could have sworn there was a misbegotten who would walk down that corridor like clockwork. There you go, buddy. There we go. And actually, let's see. Like, we've got the Uchigatana at +5. Let's see how bad. Oh yeah, it's instant kill, even with the Uchigatana at this point. that case, we don't need the weapon switch. So this is a little bit different, of course. Alright. Not super clean, but clean enough. Let's see. This place is... Oh, yes. That's the way forward. Of course, first we exhaust everything. Oh. Yeah, see, little context things like the Morn tunnel, of course, should be filled with Misbegotten that were being used as slave fodder. In this case, helping with the mining and overseeing the work of the actual mining miners. Here we have another little foreman hut. With some miners lingering around it. No dogs this time. Always appreciate there being no dogs. Ooh, somber stone. Oh, actually, why am I doing that? Do this. There we go. Get a nice critical damage. Glintstone scrap. Huh, that's actually kind of funny to find some glintstone here. I guess that miner was also using glintstone. Had some glintstone in his pouch. What do we have here? Exalted Flesh. Ah, Exalted Flesh is a damage boosting item. Gives you just a temporary big boost of physical attack damage. I say physical, I'm not sure if it's pure physical. But it boosts your damage output by, I think it was 30% or something? It's actually pretty good. I should make use of buffs more this run. Buffs like that. I'm already using greases more this run than I previously did. So yeah, as you can see, this room gets a little bit messy. There's just a lot of dudes in here. But in my experience, the best way is to just go nuts. To just be aggressive. Don't get overwhelmed by the numbers. Go in there and kill them dead. More Somberstone. Still Somberstone 1 though. We want some more Somberstones. Oh yeah, hello. After they do their flurry, they always hit us. They always lose a little bit of altitude, and you can take them down with a jump attack. Otherwise, they can be difficult to hit. They're flying. The flying Misbegotten. Some soft cotton, which can be used to make yourself more stealthy. I forgot the exact crafting recipe for that, but it's a thing. Let's see, just yeah. Excuse me, introducing you to the sharp end of my katana. And then here we get a very disappointing boss. Do I still have full... Yeah, I do. Okay. Like, this boss is always weird to do if you do it after Castle Morn, because it's basically the Leonine Misbegotten, but then not nearly as cool or scary or impressive. Because what it is, in fact, is just... It's just one of the regular Misbegotten with a large axe. Like, one of the slightly bigger ones. Whoa. It doesn't mean they don't hurt, though. Because they do. And this one does, however, notably look a little bit more like Hugh. He was a little bit grayer, a little bit more scaly. But it is the basic gist of it. Well, kill that. And whoop, remove that. There we go. Well then, let's return to the entrance. Let's see, directly north from us is another cave, but I'm gonna go do something else before that cave. Yeah. I want to go here first, before doing another cave. Caves are annoying without a lantern, and we can buy a lantern over there. So, I guess, well, seeing as we are doing a little bit of a lore-y thing, we have touched upon the Soulless Demigod a couple of times now, in the previous episode. This guy talking about the Mausoleum, carrying his corpse, Luthel the Headless guarding Soulless corpse, this Luthel the Headless guarding. And there we go, there it is in the distance. Can you see it? It's that big thing on 3 rock pillars, 4 rock pillars actually, but you can't really tell because I'm walking to it at an angle. Let's first very quickly make a stop at these ruins, because I can see the basement from here. Yeah, excuse me, ma'am, I would like you to not do that. Whoa! Yeah, how about no? There we go. These are pages. I'm not sure. I believe they're loyal to Leyndell, the royal capital, but I'm not sure what their exact purpose is. Ooh, the winged scythe. We might actually, at some point, have the stats for that. Strength 16, Faith 24, yeah, that might be usable this playthrough. If we want to. It's pretty neat, the winged scythe. I mean, scythes are stylish, right? Oh! Ooh, that's a bunch of St. Trina's lilies. Divine Fortification. There we go, that's the Mausoleum in action. You can see it walk. And that's literally why they are called walking mausoleums. Right. Whoa. And here's another Everjail. We will do this one sooner rather than later. I'm not sure if we'll do it this episode. We might. First though, excuse me gentlemen. Oh, dang it. Some headless ghostly knights. Well, soldiers. These aren't really knights. Guarding this church. The 4th Church of Marika. Probably get some words from Melina here. We really are doing a lore bit. Another sacred tier. Ooh. Time to upgrade our flask further to do more healing. We also want to level up and boost our faith by a point. Oh! Melina doesn't have anything to say here. That's odd. I expected her to have something to say, because it is a Church of Marika. She always seems to have stuff to say at the Church of Marika. Alright, let's take this back path down to the beach. Go over that way towards that shack. Ooh, Trina's lily. Used for crafting sleeping pots and sleeping arrows and those sorts of things. Hello, sir.
Well, how can I help here at the end of the earth?
Well, you can sell me a lantern. Oof, you also have 3 stone sword keys and a lost ash of war. And he sells us a note on the watering museums. You know, I already know what this note says. Ooh, I already know what this note says, but I'm going to buy it anyway and read it to you.
Have a safe journey.
Because these notes are how they give you tips. Soulbender magic, let's see. To stop the Mausoleum stride, you'll need to clean up around its feet first. Yes. That is indeed a thing. Yeah. Should I do that right now? I guess I'll do that right now. One last thing. I noticed this marker is also still here. There we go. Right. Let's go and ground that mausoleum. I mean, ground it more. And I'll show you what's inside. Something that is completely useless to us right now. But it is actually amazing. Just because we can't use it right now doesn't mean it's not actually amazing. So what they mean by clean up around its feet is they mean that you chip off skulls embedded in the, well, in the feet. The tricky thing is that if you get caught by one of these feet, you die. So this seems like fairly simple, mundane work, but it's not nearly as simple as you think. Oh! What? Because you pretty much die instantly. Go. Is he going down? Not yet. You don't have to clean up all. Oh! Yeah, he's going down. He's going down! There we go. We've grounded it. And now thankfully it'll stay grounded forever. This is the inside of a mausoleum, where you find a headless corpse. Remembrance duplication menu. With the remembrance duplication menu, you can duplicate remembrances you previously acquired. This includes remembrances from which you've already drawn out power. Duplication can only be performed once per mausoleum. You might be asking, what the fuck is a remembrance? And why should I care? Why would you want to duplicate them? And I'm just simply gonna say, I'm not gonna spoil. It's really damn useful though. It's something that I wish existed in Dark Souls. It's amazing. But for now, yeah, this corpse is not literally the corpse of the demigod, of the soulless demigod. It's merely an effigy, I believe, that represents him. Because, fun fact, there's more than one mausoleum, and all of them contain that corpse. So unless he literally existed in multiple places at once, with multiple bodies, which, you know, weirder stuff happens in fantasy. But I consider it unlikely that that's the case in this particular case. Well, that's at least this marker dealt with. So, ooh. more golden runes, more golden runes. Let's first go over this way. Can't I? No? Alright. Yeah, I guess we'll do this Everjail. There we go. I think that's a good place to end this episode. Alright. Oh! There we go. Got a good, nice opening volley from that. Yeah, it's hard to dodge. And besides, it's nicely poetic ice and fire going at each other. Because this is an ancient hero, Zamor. And they are warriors who used ice. And came from frozen lands. Ooh! And they hit hard. And they're really tall. Ow. Oof. No, don't frostbite me, bro. Ow. Oh, I said don't frostbite me, bro. Alright. I would really like you to not do that. There we go. Okay. Oh. And as you can see, they have poise for days. Ooh! Ho, 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 ho. Alright, just need one more hit. There we go. Radagon's Scar Seal. Now, I think that one I might actually equip. Like, as much as it's nice to boost Dragon Breath, right now, with so many premium slots, with only 2 slots for so many premium amulets, I'm gonna go do this one. Radagon's Scar Seal. Raises attributes, but also increases damage taken. So, an eye engraved with an Elden rune, said to be the seal of the king consort, Radagon. Raises vigor, endurance, strength, and dexterity, but also increases damage taken. The seal represents the lifelong duty of those chosen by the gods. So, here's the neat thing about this one, is, yeah, it increases your damage taken by, I think, something along the lines of 10%, 15%, something like that. But the vigor increase gives you more health. And people have run the math, and Radagon's Scar Seal and the upgraded version, there exists an upgraded version, give you more effective health by equipping it than not. So it doesn't, in effect, give us as much health as you would think with 3 extra points in vigor, but it gives us more health than not having it equipped, even with the damage taken increase. It gets mathy. But in addition to that, it gives us more endurance, so more carrying capacity, more stamina. It gives us more strength, plus, what is it, this one? Yeah, plus 3 strength, plus 3 dexterity. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. I'd say it's pretty much overkill, actually. And this is the weak version. There exists a stronger version that gives you plus 5 to everything. And this already, simply by having that equipped, a lot more weapons suddenly open up to us as options. We're pretty close to having the Bloodhound's Fang. need 3 more points in strength, and then we could use the Bloodhound's Fang, amongst other things. Or, let's... Ooh, by the way, I got this from the Deathbird last episode. A hatchet used in ancient sacrificial rite. A Deathbird is depicted as a malevolent deity. The power of the rite yet lingers. A small amount of FP is restored upon slaying a foe. So you can use this axe to basically farm weak enemies to get FP back. It's cute. It's really small though. I'm not a big fan of just small axes. If I want an axe, I want a big axe. And okay, this is a halberd, but you know, closer to what I'd want from an axe. Anyway, yeah, that gives us a major stat boost. Pretty damn nice. And we've knocked out a lot more of the Weeping Peninsula. I think we might be able to finish next episode. So just have 2 more dungeons. And 1 treasure and 1 more point of interest to really cover. And then we're kind of done with the Weeping Peninsula. So, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.